You open your eyes. It's still dark. Did I just dream that? Or really just hear that? You open your window. Immediately something illuminated on. No. In the ground. For a second you think it's just one of those construction signs. There was no construction going on today. You glance at the clock. 4:21 a.m. You throw on some clothes and you go outside. From up close you can tell it's an impact crater. A small rock sits in the center. It's glowing a beautiful shade of green, almost rhythmically. Suddenly you hear a faint melody. You realize it's coming from inside the crater. You reach in and you grab the stone. Barely weighs anything. The melody appears to be emanating from the stone itself. Almost like a speaker picking up a radio signal. It's oddly soothing. You get back inside. You put the meteor on your desk and you open your laptop. No reports of any meteors in the area. Weird. Still not sure what to make of it, you decide to email your friend Zeno. He's kind of a weird dude who lives on a farm and studies stars and shit. He's super smart, though. And if anyone will know what's up with this, it's him. You open Zeno's email. Hey man, I got the video of the meteorite. Incredible. The metals in the rock appear to be creating a natural crystal radio. I'm gonna be upfront with you though. The green glow is probably radiation. It would be best if you dispose of the thing, as cool as it is. It gets worse. I'm quite certain that the rock is a piece of a much larger object I discovered called Mega. I've been observing it for quite some time now. It's unpredictable, but it appears it's due for collision with Earth in a matter of days. I'm gonna see what I can do about it. You don't really know what to make of Zeno's email. That's some fucked up shit. But you trust him. You put the meteorite in an old coffee tin and you bring it down to the beach. When you reach the water, you stop to listen to the melody one more time. Damn. I wish I could keep this thing. Before you toss it into the ocean, you make an audio recording of the melody with your phone. When you get home, you run the recording through a special program meant to analyze and interpret radio signals from NEOs, near-Earth objects. It's able to decrypt an MP3 file of the melody. You name it, Frozen Flame, after something you saw in a video game once. You post it on various astronomy forums, explaining what happened, with photos and a link to the MP3, but nobody really believes you. Suddenly you get another email from Zeno. Who told you to post that radio transmission on the internet? Space agencies require data. not a video of a rock playing music. Kids love it though. You might have a future in music. That is, if you have a future at all. This is serious. If this thing hits, we're talking total devastation. 2012, we had another close call, and I started preparing something. I'm confident we'll be able to blow this thing up, but I'm gonna need your help. Turns out this wasn't the only fragment of Mega. We must find as many of them as possible. If we can record their unique signals, we might be able to make this thing explode. How exactly does that work? I'll explain later. But the first one is somewhere in your area. Looks like it was found by a girl your age. Goes by the name Sion. Managed to find her email address. From Sion. Subject maker. Hey, how'd you get my email? I don't exactly have the meteorite anymore, but if you're serious about all this Mega stuff, I'm down to talk. I'll be at the beach tomorrow night. You should come down. I might still be able to help you. When it's dark, you make your way down to the beach. You arrive to see the silhouette of a lone figure next to a bonfire. As you approach, you notice the moon. About a quarter full. Seems a lot brighter than usual. You reach the fire and you see a girl about your age. You say, hello. She's a real natural beauty. She looks up. You're caught off guard by the extremely sharp knife in her hand. So, how'd you find me? She asks. Well, there's only one beach. My email, she interrupts. Oh, yeah. You explained the situation with Xeno, Mega, and the meteor fragment. So what did you do with yours, you ask? That warning, she whips her knife back up, inches from your face. Whoa, you jump back. Watch out. I carved the frame thing, she laughs. What'd you think? You look closely at the knife. It's glowing a beautiful shade of green. Whoa, that's the meteor. Why doesn't it make any noise? I don't know. Maybe you broke it? Whatever. It's cooler like this anyway. You stare at the glowing blade. Damn. Sorry to let you down, bud, she says sarcastically, shoving it back into her pocket. Suddenly her phone rings. It's a text. She reads it and looks up. You're gonna love this. Some of some people I know recently got their hands on a new drug called Chaos Capsule. Apparently when you take it, it's like a rave inside your body. Literally. Here's where it gets crazy though. They heard the secret ingredient is meteorite fragments. Wow. What are the chances? This could be it, you think? Well, alright. You reply. Let's find the source of these chaos capsules ASAP. Easier said than done. They bought them through the deep web. The seller only lists an email. You get a reply. I am Shadow. I cannot help you. What if it's inevitable? What if it's fate? Weird. Seems like a bot. The signs help you trace it back down to an old abandoned observatory deep in the forest outside of the city. Damn. This is close to a Hyperloop maintenance station, sign says frantically. If we're careful, we can sneak off and be there in no time. You extinguish the bonfire and you head down towards the station. Again, you notice the moon. It's almost at its highest point. You ride the Hyperloop to the maintenance stop, and you jump off. It's about 5 a.m. Astronomical dawn. The air feels mild, a bit cooler. The terrain is mostly dense rainforest, and it's hard to navigate. You sure you got this? Asks Sign. Yeah. Her eyes are locked on her GPS holo display. You reach an overgrown path, which leads to a moonlight clearing. In the center, there's a compound built into a large radio telescope. It's covered in vines. You hear a bird call out in the distance. The door's almost rusted shut. You force it open and you make your way inside. Aside from the faint glow of electronics, it's completely dark. Looks like nobody's been in here for years. Simon turns her light on. Holy shit. In the center of the room stands a mech, nearly 10 feet tall. It's connected to a variety of wires and tubes. And in a small cavity near its core, you see a glowing green stone. Suddenly, you hear a faint melody. You move in to grab the fragment. Before you can touch it, you hear a sharp, charging sound, followed by a flash of light. Warning. A digitized female's voice echoes. Laser targeting system activated. A Model 1 Xenos Industrial Security Class mech. This is bad. You turn over to see Sign writhing in pain. It got me, she shrieks. You run over. It just grazed her shoulder, but there's a lot of blood. Your knife. You pick it off the floor. The mech charges up, prepping to strike again. You have to act quickly. Diving forward, you slam the glowing green blade into its core. It makes a metallic grinding sound before coming to a halt. You grab the meteor fragment from its core. Come on, you shout at Sign, still kneeling in pain. These things can self-repair. You both make it out in time to see a large hovercraft touch down. On the side is scrawled, Cerulean Corp. You let out a sigh of relief. It's Cena. Cerulean Corp's the name of his father's solar energy farm. How'd you find us, you ask? Same way I always do, he replies, motioning to you and Sign. Hop in. We're going back to Cerulean. So what's the news on Mega? Good news and bad news, he replied. None of my attempts to divert it have worked yet. But we've still got Plan B. Plan B? You make it out of the rainforest and cross the plains towards Cerulean Corp. Cerulean Corp is an energy farm located on the Cerulean Peninsula, originally owned by Xenos Industrial, Xenos' father's company. His dad lives in Hong Kong, but since the farm is run almost entirely by AI, he allows Xeno to live there as the sole technician. It's a pretty sweet deal. Eventually you see the giant silo on the horizon with Cerulean scrawled on the side. We're here. You reach an old crop drum handy. Xeno's place. He runs Science Knife through an acoustic scanner. I'm gonna extract the melody. The signals from the fragment synchronize perfectly with Mega. With them, we should be able to target a direct hit. With what, you ask? I thought blasting it was useless. That was Plan A, he responds. Then what's Plan B? He points to the silo. That's Plan B. He brings up a 3D model of the silo on his PC. I've been working on this for years. He demonstrates how he reverse engineered it to transform into a shuttle, and explains how he plans to fly it remotely into Mega. If all goes well, it should shatter into 1,000,000 tiny fragments, and we'll get one hell of a light show. You listen intently as he loads the transmissions, each one with its own unique melody. Wonder what the whole thing sounds like. You doze off for a minute. The sound of Xeno's voice jolts you back up. All right. It's done, he exclaims. The future is ours. But first, let's get some sleep. Tomorrow morning, it's go time. Meet me at the silo at dawn. Okay, see you then. You and Sign find a quiet place to set up sleep pods. You wake up early the next morning. The sky's a deep navy blue. Beyond the horizon, through the towering rows of solar wind turbines, you see the faint glow of dawn. You wake up Sign, and you start walking back towards the silo. So what happens if this doesn't work? I mean, launching a silo into a meteor is our only hope. You laugh. And suddenly, you see it. In the east. Like a bluish pink moon with a tail. Mega. It's real. Science says, fixated on the object. Not that I doubted it, but of course it's real. You continue in silence towards the silo, watching it through the lens of the deep indigo pre-dawn atmosphere. It's mesmerizing. A strange deja vu washes over you. You've seen this image before, somewhere. A traveler at the end of a long journey, approaching their final destination. Where did you come from? What do you know? Who are you? Eventually, the silo comes into view. You can tell something is different. It's entirely lit up. As you reach it, you feel the ground beneath you shake. It must be the engines warming up. Good morning. Suddenly, Zeno jumps down from a scaffolding support, covered in what you can only assume is rocket fuel. Who's ready to blow up a meteor? So, what exactly should we expect when this thing blows up? Cyan asks. Best case scenario? An impressive fireworks show. He replies, picking up a large fueling hose. Worst case scenario? Total devastation. Our timing has to be perfect. We need to hit it at the exact moment it enters Earth's atmosphere. He looks down at his watch. By my estimates, it's in about 1 hour. You patiently wait in the control room across from the silo with Cyan. 40 minutes pass. The only window is facing away from Omega, but you can see that the sun has started to rise. The sky is turning from a deep pink to red. The noise from the engines is becoming almost deafening now. Finally, Zeno enters. We're almost at 100%. He says, locking the door behind him. This is it. Suddenly, his computer lights up. Targeting system failure. What does that mean? Cyan asks with a look of terror. I don't understand. Zeno smashes at the side of his computer. You look over at Cyan. Can't be good. The fragments. The parameters were perfect. I don't get it. He pauses. There really is only one option now. Either I go, or we all go. What do you mean? You don't like the way how he said that. He looks out the tiny window towards the rocket. I'm going up. What? Zeno, you're joking, right? You can tell by his face. He's not. If I don't go, you know what happens. He laughs. Besides, this is why I built the manual override. Yeah, I will look after things around here. I'd rather go a hero than die. No. You interrupt him. No, man. We're gonna fix this. You're not gonna. He puts his hand on your shoulder. Your eyes well up. There's no turning back now. This is 0 day. You and Cyan sit in silence as Zeno steps into his EVA suit. Well, I guess this is it. You shake your head in disbelief. There has to be another way, I mean. He cuts you off. Thank you for all your help, guys. I'll need you to stay here in the control room until I make contact. He reaches in and gives you both a hug. You can't do these kinds of things without crying. Adios. He snaps his helmet shut. He opens the control room door. You all pause. There's an explosion in the distance. Zeno looks up. The monitors aren't showing anything. He turns around. It's starting to break apart. This is it. He waves and runs out the door towards the silo. Science sits down behind you. You watch on the monitors as he boards. Things go quiet for a second. Suddenly the main flight monitors turn on, allowing you to get a visual on both Zeno's ship and Omega. You jolt up. Here we go. It's hard to tell if the sun is up now or not. Omega is moments away from entering Earth's atmosphere. You can see small pieces falling off and burning up before they hit. Without warning, you hear a voice begin to count down from 20. Oh shit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. The control room is completely blackened by thick smoke. You watch in amazement as it ascends. The monitors show a clear view. It's close enough that you can still read the giant cerulean scrawled on the side. Oh man. You remember painting that with Zeno years ago. Cyan checks the targeting system again. Still offline. Approximately 2 minutes to impact. Say a prayer. Omega is entering Earth's atmosphere, Cyan exclaims. You see it in true color. You've never seen something so immense. So frightening, yet so beautiful. It glows bright green and blue. The silo is perfectly aligned. Zeno's a pro pilot and a real hero. Oh my god! Cyan grabs onto your arm, almost cutting off the circulation. 10 seconds to impact. Suddenly everything goes blank. First chaos, then flames, then smoke, then Cyan's voice. The control room got hit. You're okay. You both make a run for the door. You run out into the wheat field behind the launch pad. Out of breath, you both collapse on the grass. You just look up in time to see the rocket make a direct hit. The sky ignites as millions of tiny fragments burn up simultaneously in glorious hypercolor. It's mesmerizing. Unlike everything you ever seen before. He did it. You say, laughing through tears. Wow. A crazy bastard. You really did it. A dawn chorus rings out in the distance. Thank you. You look up just in time to see and grab a fragment headed straight for Cyan's head. She claps slowly. Nice catch. That actually was pretty cool. You both pause. Wait. Do you hear that? You do. It's playing a melody. You both laugh. I'm keeping this one. You put it in your pocket. After the explosion subsides, you and Cyan ride Xenos' hovercraft out of Cerulean. The remaining dust from Mega has turned the sky a radiant pink. Cyan looks up. Did that really happen?